Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Will Patterson, and today I'm going to be showing you 5 or 6, technically 6, different accessories for the iPad Pro 12.9, 10.5 for 2017.
This video is sponsored by Dev Mountain.
I've had the iPad Pro for a couple months now since it came out on the original launch date, and I've loved it. If you don't know, I have a review of this iPad Pro and the old iPad Pro 12.9 inch, and today I'm going to be showing you the 6 best accessories, in my opinion, to have with your iPad Pro. So you got your iPad Pro, but you don't know exactly what to buy with it. You need a case, so you're going to be looking for a case. Well, I looked online for different cases, and the only ones that I actually liked were the Apple ones, but they were kind of just sleeves and they had no protection whatsoever. They were so flimsy by looking at them on different videos. So I decided to go for a different case, one from a third-party reseller. I wanted a leather case, so I went and got this one from iCarer. The case was designed by iCarer in the UK, and it is a leather case, and it's so nice. If you know me personally, you'll know that I'm obsessed with leather. I've got everything literally in leather. My watch, my phone case is in the Apple black leather, different wallets. I've got literally everything in leather. So I wanted a leather case for my iPad. So I went ahead and got this one from iCarer. This one's a very brown leather case. I wanted a black one, but they didn't stock one in. But I thought it would add some subsequent protection for my iPad, and it really has. It feels really great to hold in the hand, and it's super easy to slot your iPad in there. And when you do slot your iPad in there, it's very easy to do so, and it feels like it's going to protect your iPad. Probably not from a couple drops, but from any scratches inside your bag or anything like that. The only problem with this case is that it's made for the old generation 12.9. So the slight problem I found was that the microphones were actually being obstructed by the case. In the old iPad Pro, the first generation, the actual microphone was on the side of the case or the side of the iPad, so then there's a hole in the side of the case where the iPad Pro first gen mic used to be, but now there is no holes on the back where the new mics are. This doesn't really bother me, and it hasn't bothered anyone that I'm FaceTiming yet, but I've just realized this looking closely at my iPad. I love this case because it's really quality. It is still leather, and it has all the capabilities of having a kickstand, as well of putting like your iPad into a different position whilst you're drawing to make it more comfortable. And you also find that the case wears really nicely as well. People generally get leather because it wears really nicely. It looks more natural. Sorry to any vegans out there, but I do love leather. It also puts your iPad to sleep when you close it, and when you open it, it wakes it up again. And at the bottom of the case, there is actually a hole for the lightning adapter to go into and for the speaker grills to come out of, but this hole isn't going to break because there's no actual upper lip to it. It's not a full hole, it's basically just a dent inside the case, which is the problem that a lot of case manufacturers had when they were creating the case for the iPhone or the iPad Pro. The actual charger bit for the case would break from constant use. The next best accessory for your iPad Pro 2017 is obviously the Apple Pencil. If you have an iPad Pro and you're using it just for being a computer and you have that keyboard that comes with the case, that's great, but you want to get an Apple Pencil too. I bought the Apple Pencil when I bought the first generation iPad Pro, so I didn't need to buy another one, and that's the great thing about it. You just buy one at the start and then you don't have to keep buying them. But the Apple Pencil allows you to draw on the screen of the iPad and professionally create illustrations, artwork, lettering, whatever you want. I'm a lettering artist and a logo designer, so I do a lot of drawing on my iPad. It's my main place for client work and drawing, just because I can send things really quickly and easily to different people. Also, the actual pencil works really well. It's super quick and responsive, and getting one is expensive, but think about all the pens you'll save, especially if you do a lot of note taking in class or college or university, or if you're doing a lot of things in like a medical setting, or even if you're an artist designer, you will want one of these pencils. I've got a video review of the Apple Pencil, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but the Apple Pencil feels really great in the hand. It feels very balanced. It's not obstructive. It is a bit shiny, so it can slip out your hand, but that's just part of it. Keeping on with the Apple Pencil, the next best accessory to get for your Apple Pencil is the sightless case, or the stylus. I don't know how to say it. This Apple Pencil case is one of the best pencil cases going around. This is the second generation of the actual case that they've made from a company standpoint, and you basically just slot your pencil in there very easily, and it's a retractable pencil holder for the Apple Pencil. It holds your pencil and protects it. It is aluminium, and it looks really nice and it's very stylish. Now, the only problems that I had with this pencil, or this case even, was I added a lot of bulk to the pencil, too much so that it wasn't like a normal pencil. You see, the Apple Pencil was designed specifically to be like a pencil for artists, or like a thick pen, but not too thick like the Wacom, because that's just too big to carry around with you, and it also doesn't feel natural whilst drawing with a huge chunky pencil. But this case is actually a really good option if you're someone who's carting your pencil around with you all the time with your iPad, and you just shove it in your pocket and you don't want it to break. This aluminium reinforcement is going to help stop breaking the pencil, and also when you retract the pencil tip, it's not going to break in your pocket either. The only problem that I did have was that the pencil top, or the little cap for the charging port on the pencil, that can come off very easily, and you do get a rubber band with it, but I lost it, and it kind of connects you to the case, so it's not going to fall off or anything. So you just got to be mindful for that. And if the stylus case wasn't what you were looking for, or isn't the best thing for you, and you want to have the pencil to hold, then the Belkin case is going to be the best. This Belkin case is the best case that I've found for the Apple Pencil. It is magnetic, so you open it up, and it has a slot for your Apple Pencil just to fit into it very nicely. And when you shut it, because it's magnetic, it doesn't take much force to shut it, and it's not going to break over time, and it keeps the Apple Pencil really securely in there, so you can chuck it in your backpack, chuck it in your back pocket. Don't suppose you will, but you can chuck it anywhere and it'll be absolutely fine. Also, you'll notice the big hole at the top of the case, and this is the actual pencil holder. So many times when I'm drawing, I want to place my pencil on the table, but whenever I do, it has a chance of rolling off, so I don't. I just shove it somewhere else and I lose it. So Belkin created this little case tip thing where you can put the Apple Pencil inside there, and it securely holds it in place. It doesn't scratch the pencil, and it doesn't damage the tip of the pencil either, so don't worry about that. It's very securely in there, and it's an amazing design. Also, when you open up the case, you don't just get the little pencil holder or the little dip for the pencil, you get this little slidable slot where you can put your nibs, you can put your adapter in, and it's just a really cool place to put all your different things in. This way you can carry all your pencil accessories with you, like your tips and your actual adapter for the power charging, with you all the time without having to worry about it. The magnetic lid has never actually fallen off accidentally or anything like that, so everything's been fine. I shove it in my bag and it rattles about in there as I'm walking to and from the office and to different places around my town, and it's absolutely fine. I carry my iPad with me everywhere I go, so it's something that I really do trust. The next accessory is something that you guys have been asking for a long time. A lot of you asked me what screen protector I use for my iPad Pro. Now, I've used a number of different matte screen protectors. Now, the reason why I use matte screen protectors are so that when I'm drawing, the pencil doesn't feel like it's drawing on glass, but it feels like it's drawing on something else. It's called having tooth, which means the friction between the pencil you're using and the paper. I like to have a bit more friction than the Apple Pencil or the glass screen from the iPad, and also I don't want to scratch the screen, and I worked that it can scratch the screen because you're contacting the screen with a plastic object, so it's going to scratch one day. So the matte screen that I use is Screen Guard by KW Mobile, and it's a very cheap thing. It's about £6, about $10, less than $10, probably $6, let's say. And it fits onto your iPad Pro like a dream. There will be bubbles on it because it's such a big screen when you first have it, but as long as you keep using it, the bubbles will come out eventually, I found. Some of the concerns that you guys have had is whether the screen protector actually distorts the screen or changes the color, and to be honest, it doesn't at all. I don't see any distortion, any color wronging, and I don't see any of that going on. All it does is it mats out the screen so you don't get glare, but you're also protecting it, and you also have a bit of tooth with your pencil. And I replace these screens about every 2 or 3 months just so I can get a brand new screen on there, because after a while the matteness starts to go. The actual screen protector doesn't look bad at all, especially on the black iPad, because it just covers a whole screen surface, and when you get it on there perfectly, it fits amazingly, and it just doesn't bother you after a while. The next accessory I've got for you is the Johan stand. Now, Johan sent me this stand to show you guys what it was all about back when I first got my iPad Pro first generation. This stand is a very unique stand because it's so creative. Basically, this is a wooden stand that's carved out of one bit of wood, and it gives you so many different positions to put your iPad Pro in so you can comfortably enjoy watching it or creating on it. I believe there's 3 main positions where it's completely vertical or somewhat nearly vertical, when it's further back and even further back. This stand looks really nice in the office. I really like it. It is such a simplistic and minimalistic design, just out of one piece of wood, and it uses kind of like mathematics and stuff to make sure the iPad Pro isn't going to fall over or anything. You can see it behind me. It is just there sitting where I'm at. But not only that, they actually solved a major problem when it comes to where do you put your pencil. As you can see on the stand, there are two metal parts that are flush to the case at the bottom. Now these are magnets, so you can put your pencil underneath them, which is a very clever thing to do. When you're working on stuff or you just want to like put your iPad Pro to the side, you just put it on the stand, put your pencils underneath, and then you've got it. Your pencil's just there and your iPad's there. I love this case because it looks cool and it works really well. It looks like a piece of interior design. It just looks so nice. You would have it on your wall and it feels good, and I believe they're handmade as well. So this is like a cool thing to have in your office or in your working studio. Okay, the last accessory that I've got for you, including a giveaway, which is cool. I've never done a giveaway before, but this is the first giveaway, is the Nutsack Satchel Pro. I know what you're thinking. It sounds a bit strange. Nutsack. Nutsack sent me the Satchel Pro to basically review it and to give it to you guys and to show you guys what it's all about. So they actually sent me one that didn't fit my iPad, then they sent me another one that did. There are two different versions of these actual bags, and I must say these bags are really nice. The first thing you realize when you get them is the quality of it. It's made of like canvas that's been waxed, it's weather sealed and stuff, and it just feels really nice. It's made from leather that's all American ingredients. It's all American source, so it's not come from like China or anything like that. Everything in it is American source, and it feels really, really premium in your hand. Now there are two of these, so if you've got a 10.5-inch iPad Pro, you can get the smaller satchel, or you can get the Satchel Pro, which costs a little bit more, but it's also a little bit bigger. And I'm able to fit my iPad Pro, Apple Pencil, MacBook Pro, and a notebook inside there as well, and it fits very comfortably. There are different pockets for different things, but the overall aspect of this is that it's something that's really stylish, and I like to carry it around with me when I'm not using my rucksack. In fact, over the past few months, I've been using it totally. But because Nutsack sent me the wrong satchel at the start, I'm able to give that one away to you guys, one of you who has a 10.5-inch iPad Pro. So the only thing you need to do to get it is to subscribe here, but also link your Twitter to YouTube, and also follow me on Instagram. And when you subscribe to this, comment below what you think of the iPad Pro, and you'll be in the chance of winning the Nutsack bag, which is an expensive bag, by the way, but you'll like it. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then press subscribe down here. It is completely free, and also turn on notifications because I'm uploading to this channel like I think 3 times a week, nearly, if I can. I've got some exciting news going for you for next time, and also because I'm talking a bit more about tech, this is called Tech for Designers. I'm talking all about tech for designers, and I've got some awesome products coming to you guys. I've also got a load of tech products and designer things that you guys will want to know about. So click subscribe down below, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you soon, guys. Bye.